Alrighty, here we are. We're back. This is Amy, and welcome to Book Talk. This is Saturday. Yeah, it's been a bit. We had some things going on. Unfortunately, some not so nice things, but nice things was we got to see family in an unfortunate events. But anywho, here we are. Been a slow reading month. That's all right. Got a new T-shirt. Mm-hmm. Yep. I've worn it out in public a couple of times. I'm not embarrassed. My mom is, but whatever. Um, I'm not. Yeah, love this shirt. Got it off Amazon. Yeah, I got it off Amazon. There's another couple of t-shirts I'll be getting, and I'll show you. It has to do with coffee and just I'm a frickin' ray of sunshine. That's one of them. But yeah, so here we are on a Saturday. The dogs are in, and I'm probably gonna have to get up in a minute because they're gonna bark and want out. Every time I do this, I tell them I'm doing a video. I'm doing a video. Let's be quiet. And they're not. And I think they want out because they're, nope, I don't know what's going on. I got to kick them out. Okay, we're back. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Okay, so today I've been wanting to do this sneak peek, like a first chap or a first page read of the books on my TBR, and I haven't got to it. And so I thought, well, even though it's the April's halfway through, I'm still going to do it. I got a stack. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I had my coffee, so I feel less murdery right now, just right now. But that's my coffee cup. This is our local. We have a local, actual local coffee shop, independent coffee shop, in my town. Um, yeah, it's good coffee. They're very nice people. I go there when I can. My sister likes to go through there when she comes through to visit. But yeah, it's good coffee. Holy Grounds, that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm thirsty again. I think the last video I was drinking water too. Got my Yellowstone hat, 72. That is 1872, by the way. Uh, yeah, so I'm going to give you a reading update and I'm going to go through, I'm just going to read the first page of what I have on my TBR. I was going to do this just to get a little feel for how the book's going to go. Now, some of them I've started. So, I already have a feel how the book's going, but you don't unless you've read it. So some of them, so like this prologue and this one, it's only like that and the next page, right? Shouldn't be that long. I might just read the whatever's on the first page, not even the next. So whatever's like the first page. But I was going to do the prologues because usually the prologue is only like a page, page and a half. Well, apparently on one of my books, the prologue is like 10 pages, 15 pages long. That I don't understand why you write a prologue that long. It's supposed to be short and give you some background on the beginning. But literally, here's the start of it. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I kid you not. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I was right. 14, 15. Nope. 16, 17, 18, 19. It was 19 pages long. Front and I'm counting just the front and the back, like a page. So that's about 40 pages if you go front and back. It says 38 pages. There's no reason. I'm sorry. There's no reason a prologue needs to be 38 pages. But other than that, we'll find out how that's going. And yeah. So that's what I wanted to do. Hopefully this is a fun one. I do have a small book haul I haven't got to. I kept putting it off, thinking, well, if I go to the charity shop again, I might get a couple more, but I'm not sure. So I might as well do that. It's like 4 books. And also, I've started kind of going through my mind on what um, possibility books, TBR possibilities for um, through the summer. Basically, there's a couple of reading readathon things I want to participate in. One I've done it for the last few years, and another one I think I've did it for the last few years. They're fun little readathons, and I usually can complete it. But anywho, yeah. So today, Saturday. Um, what's the date today? It's the 18th of April. So we're pretty much through half of April. I did finish. I have some books that I've been listening to on audio. Thought it would help me accelerate my reading a little bit. It has not. Um, I did finish one last night because it was due last night, and that was The Bat by Joe Nesbo. That's the first in the Harry Hole series, and I've been wanting to get to that series, and I kept putting it off, and I have actually got three. I bought 3 books from the charity shop, Goodwill, um, in that series, and so The Bat was the first one, and I don't know, it was okay. I'm not sure if I want to like have physically own the whole series. I'm I don't know. I don't know if that series is for me. It was kind of up and down when I was listening to it on audio. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes when the reviews come around next month. I'm still feeling that one out. And I am listening to, which I should finish today. Get all this stuff out of the way. Oh no, I dropped a paper. It's not a big deal. I am listening to on audio because this is a short book. It is on my April TBR. It's All Systems Red by Martha Wells. It's the Murderbot Diaries. This is a very short book. It's like a 3-hour audio. So I started listening to that. I should finish it today because I'm 69%. So, and it's due in a couple of days. The audio's due back. I get it through Libby, the Libby app through the library. So yeah, but I own this book. It's very short. I don't know how it is a series. So that one's going okay. When I listen to audios though, I don't know about anybody else, but it's easy to listen to an audiobook and do other things. That's the point, I think, that your hands are free to do other things, but for some reason I have to pay close attention because I get distracted very easily. And so I've I have had to rewind. But yeah. So I try to pay attention when I'm listening to it and not do very intricate um like things I have to really think about with my brain because there's no point in listening to the audio because I'm not even going to pay attention if that happens. But anyway, so yeah. So we're almost done with this. I finished The Bat, which I don't have this, so I'll put it up on the screen. And I had started this before April, but I haven't was it on my TBR? I can't remember now what was on my April TBR except for the stack I have here. I started No Exit by Taylor Adams. I am, where am I at? I think I'm on page 40 or 41, so I haven't got very far. But it was going good. I like it. I'm wanting to finish this so I can watch the movie on, I think it's on Disney Plus. So we have that. I have started this. I thought I was halfway through. Maybe this was going okay. I think I'm halfway, possibly. This is Tastes Like Candy. It's a horror teen fiction. Actually I was new, but I think it came out last. I need my glasses. I can't deal. I can't. Okay, there we go. I can see myself. Says 20 copyright 2020 and 2025. I think she had it under another name. what's her name? Jessica Lacey. I think she has another name. She goes, I don't, yeah, Ivy Tholen in 2020. So I think this came out under Ivy Tholen in 2020, but then it was republished in 2025 under Jessica Lacey. I don't know what her real name. I don't know who the real person is. They don't have a picture over here. Anyway, this is a teen horror. I just really like this cover. I really, really like it. So that I'm physically reading. I'm physically reading these. Okay. Yeah. And then I have this, but I was listening to it on audio because this last week was the Merry Monarch Festival in Hawaii. There's a Miss Aloha Hula competition, and it's in Hilo, Hawaii, where they have it. So this Jasmine Iolani Hakes, I think I'm saying her name right. This is hula. Actually, it's very interesting, and I like. I mean, because it takes place in Hilo, Hawaii, where I lived and went to school, college. If you haven't heard me say that before, but there's a lot of references, obviously, to the town and different places, and then it also has, I would say like a historical fiction, but I'm really liking it. I'm liking the narrator. Um, I don't know if she's Hawaiian, but it sounds like she has a Hawaiian accent. I am 45% of the way. So anyway, there's that one. So that is my reading update. Sorry it took so long. I'm that person that's easily distracted. Hope you're having fun out there. Um, what? Okay, let's just make that go away. Um, let's just make the whole thing go away. All right, now we're back. We're back to regular book talk video. Wait. Okay. So that's the reading update, like I said, and the reading update, I didn't tell you what any of these are about. But you should go watch my past videos because I'm sure I've said it several times. Um, but yeah. So let's I'm just going to go through these books. It's a few. We're just going to go with these I haven't started yet, the stack. And then we'll see if I have time or we'll come back around cuz I don't really feel like reading through those books. So, one of the books I have on my TBR for this month. These are all on my TBR for this month that I have left to get to. I haven't got to yet. Okay? So and this one I have on audio. So I'm going to try to listen to this one on audio. It's Sherry Lapina's Not a Happy Family. So I think the audio is 10, 11, 9, 10, 11 hours. It usually takes me a couple of 2 to 3 days to get through an audio, depending on, because I don't listen to the audio for like 10 hours straight. I don't. So this one, so like I said, I wanted to give a little sneak peek of what the book is about without reading the back. So to read an actual first pager. So like I said, this prologue isn't that long, but I'm just going to read like that. And so we'll get an idea how it's going. So we're calling this a sneak peek. Okay. Sneaky peeky. Um, that doesn't sound good. Anyway, so this is the prologue, and it says, there are many expensive houses here in Brecon Hill, an enclave of the edge of Aylesford in the Hudson Valley. Situated on the east side of the Hudson River, about 100 miles north of New York City, it's like the Hamptons, but slightly less pretentious. There's old money here and new. Down the long private drive past a clump of birches, there it sits, the Merton home, on its vast expanse of lawn, presented like a cake on a platter. A glimpse of a swimming pool to the left. Behind is a ravine and thick trees on either side of the property. Guarantee price. I can't read out loud. Thick trees on either side of the property guarantee privacy. This is prime real estate. It's so still and undisturbed. A weak sun is out, interrupted by scuttling clouds. It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Easter Monday. Elsewhere, children are greedily finishing off their chocolate bunnies and foil wrapped eggs, gauging what's gauging what's left and eyeing how much remains in the baskets of their siblings. But there are no children here. The children have grown up and moved away. Not far, mind you. They were all over just yesterday for Easter Sunday dinner. The place looks deserted. There are no cars in the let's go on. In the driveway. They're shut away behind the doors of the four-car garage. There's a Porsche 911 convertible. Fred Merton likes to drive that one, but only in the summer, when he throws his golf clubs in the back seat. For winter, he prefers the Lexus. His wife, Sheila, has her white Mercedes with a white leather interior. She likes to put on one of her many colorful Hermes scarves, check her lipstick in the rearview mirror, and go out to meet friends. She won't be doing that anymore. So I just read just a snippet. So that's what the sneak peek is, just a snippet. Okay? Mm. Hmm. That was not a happy family. Sounds like something's happening. And this. So the rest of these I don't have an audio for. I'm gonna have to physically read them, and I don't know if I can get to these in the days we have left in April. We'll see. This is Murder in the Family. I've been wanting by Kara Hunter or Kara. It's Kara or Kara. I'm gonna go with Kara. Um, and this is one body, six experts. Can you solve the case before they do? So this is kind of like solving the case as you go along. Um, I got this. I don't know if I got this. I think I got this a couple years ago at the Goodwill, and I've been wanting to read it, and I just haven't got to it. So I was trying to make it a priority, but because it's kind of chunky too. But anyway, so this is going over a murder case basically, and it's giving you all these evidence and details and interviews and all kinds of things, which sounds fun. I thought I was gonna have to make a murder board to try to figure out who it was, but um, so this is kind of different. So it's murder in the family, and then so there is a newspaper copy, like right up, okay, and that says, and then there was one. Christy Worthy final twist gives Infamous a killer climax. That's just what it says. Television. This is the Times, 8th of November, 2023, by Ross Leslie. I don't think I'm going to read that. Anyway, it's just it says 10 months earlier. I'm not sure how okay, so this is Showrunner, July 9th, 2023. I'll read some of that. New season of Infamous sees British filmmaker revisiting his stepfather's murder, unsolved for 20 years. Filming on location in London, Who Killed Luke Ryder will include never before seen home video footage, interviews with the family members, and exclusive access to the crime scene. Infamous, Who Killed Luke Ryder, set to debut Tuesday, October 3rd, between 9 and 11 p.m. Eastern Time on Showrunner. So it's like that. Then it says, in season 7 of the global hit Infamous, filmmaker Guy Howard will take in will take viewers through the case that traumatized him as a child and has haunted his family for 2 decades. In October 2003, when Howard was 10, his stepfather Luke Ryder was found dead in the garden of the family home in an upscale district of London. Despite a lengthy and high-profile investigation by British law enforcement, no charges were ever brought, and the case remains unsolved. In a new format for the Infamous franchise, producer Nick Vincent of Dry Riser Films has brought together key players in the original case, along with acknowledged experts in the fields of crime scene investigation, forensic psychology, police investigation, and the law, to revisit the crime and attempt to identify the perpetrator, who still remains at large. It says participants include Alan Hanning, Detective Inspector Metropolitan Police, retired. Mitchell Clark, journalist, covered the case for the London Press in 2003. Hugo Fraser, KC, leading UK crime prosecutor. Dr. Layla Furness, forensic psychologist. J.J. Norton, crime scene investigator, South Wales Police. William R. Serafini, detective, NYPD, retired. Anyway, so that's just how it's gonna go. So it's like there's a reality TV show, and they're reopening this case. That's Murder in the Family. So this one I've been wanting to get to for a while. I think I just got it this last year. It's Charlie Donnelly's The Girl Who Was Taken. I've heard really good things about this. Yeah, I want to get to it. I have the first only Charlie Donnelly I've read, excuse me, is Guess Again, and I loved it. I loved it. And so I'm like, I want more Charlie Donnelly. This is published in 2017. So this is Abduction. Okay, it's that one. First page. Okay. The Abduction. Emerson Bay, North Carolina, August 20th, 2016, 11:22 p.m. They're very precise. Darkness and darkness had forever been part of her life. She looked for it and flirted with it, became became quaint with it and charmed it in a way foreign to most. Morbid of late, she convinced herself about the joys of its company, that she preferred the blackness of death to the light of existence until tonight, until she stood in front of an abyss that was dead and blank in a way she had never encountered, a night sky without stars. When Nicole Cuddy found herself in this chasm between life and death, she chose life and she ran like hell. With no flashlight, no night, with no flashlight, the night blinded her as she broke through the front entrance. He was just an arm's length behind, which caused adrenaline to flood her system and drive her for a few strides in the wrong direction until her eyes adjusted to the tarnished glow of the moon. Spotting her car, she reoriented herself and ran for it, fumbling with the handle until she ripped open the door. The keys hung from the ignition, and Nicole cranked the engine, shifted into drive, and stepped on the accelerator. She gave the engine too much gas and nearly sideswiped the vehicle in front of her. Her headlights brought to life the ink black night, and from the corner of her eye she saw a flash of color from his shirt as he appeared from around the hood of the parked car in front of her. She had no time to react. She felt the thud of impact and the awful rocking of the car's suspension as the wheels absorbed the unevenness of his body before regaining traction on the gravel road. Her response came without thought. She pushed the accelerator to the floor and twisted a tight U-turn, then raced down the narrow road, leaving everything behind her. Go, girl. Okay, let's see if I can do this without dropping. Maybe. Okay, so that was a girl who was taken, and this is how long is this video's not that long so far. That's okay. That's okay. I heard about this from a couple of booktubers who live in the UK, and this sounded really good. It's a Detective Sheridan Haller thriller, and it's a cold case, a murder suspect, a silent witness. So I think this is a series. This is Long Time Dead. It's a female British detective, and it's just right up my alley. And it's set in Liverpool. This has a little, this is a poem or what, but we'll read it. It says, "Why bury me here in another man's grave and leave no candle to show me the way? You can't hide from the devil. He knows that you, what you've done, and now he's coming to play. Does no one care to look for my bones? Am I gone from this life without trace? You put me here forever to fear. I'll be a long time dead in this place." I'm going to read more. This is a prologue. I never know how long these. I say a prologue should be only a page or two, the most. I don't know why that prologue was like 40 pages. Somebody tell me why. Anyway, this is Saturday the 13th, December 1997. I don't know why I couldn't say that. So Sally Donahue pulled into the supermarket car park just as her petrol warning light came on. Those of you who don't live know petrol is gas. It's what they call gas in the UK. If you don't know, you should. But anyway. "Oh, shit," she said, a little too loudly. Her daughter Abby chastised her with a wave of her finger. "That's a bad word, Mummy." Abby shook her head. "And I'm telling Daddy." Sure you are. You're in trouble. Um, Sally grinned as she pulled it into the parking space. Or, how about you don't tell Daddy and I'll let you open one present on Christmas Eve? Mm. Surely this offering tempted enough for a 7-year-old, Sally thought, waiting as Abby undid her seatbelt and picked up her woolly giraffe, a handmade gift from her grandmother when she was born. Gerald was never more than an inch away from her. So that will leave me 6 presents to open on Christmas Day, then. Abby wiped Gerald's grubby face. Sally turned in her seat to face her daughter. How do you know how many presents you got? They're under your bed. Gerald found them and told me. Can't keep presents away from kids, I'm telling you. Sally shook her head. Santa knows if you're lying, she said, looking past Abby at the flurry of shoppers scurrying in and out of mm, the supermarket, pushing trolleys piled high with food and drink, the usual pre-Christmas pandemonium. That's God, not Santa, Abby announced, bouncing Gerald up and down on her knees. How did my daughter get to be such a smartass? Sally got out of the car and walked around to the passenger side, putting her hand out for Abby to take hold of and smiling as she heard Christmas music being played outside the store. Is Santa here, Mummy? Abby asked excitedly, swinging Gerald around by his scrawny neck. I'm not sure, darling. Not after last year's Jolly Santa was sacked, having been caught handing out gifts while stinking of alcohol. Sally, failing to hide her smile, recalled the Santa's blotto headline in the local paper. Abby pointed to the little girl walking past them wearing an elf hat. Can I get one of those? We'll see, Sally glanced down at the icy ground as she neared the store entrance. Now, what have you got to remind Mummy to do when we get home? Give Gerald a bath. That's right, good girl, Sally replied. Gerald's bath was actually half an hour of his worn and tattered body clonking around in the washing machine, accompanied by the dread that he wouldn't survive the spin cycle. Protest Usually, Abby would protest for hours that Gerald didn't need a bath, but the thought of Christmas looming appeared to distract her. And what else? Sally asked. Shave your legs. Abby tilted her head to look up at her mother. I heard you tell Daddy this morning. Sally threw her head back and burst out laughing, hoping the two women walking in the front of them hadn't heard. The blonde one appeared to look around for a second, but the taller, dark-haired one seemed totally oblivious. Just then, Sally saw the taller woman raise her hand and scream, No, lively! And suddenly there was a loud crack, then another, and Sally felt warm. Thick fluid splattered across her face. She could taste it in her mouth, coppery and bitter, and it took her a moment to realize she was covered in blood just as the two women fell to the floor. Oof. I'm going to keep reading, okay? Now, right in front of her, Sally could see a man on a motorbike pointing the gun at where the two women had been standing. He went to ride off, but was fumbling with the gun, which fell from his grip and clattered to the ground. He hesitated for a moment before speeding off. Sally remained frozen to the spot. Eerily, the only sound was a Christmas carol playing the music drifting across the car park from the speakers next to her. Abruptly, the music stopped. Everyone stopped, and then all hell broke loose. Shoppers fled in every direction. Some were running in the store for cover. Others ducked down behind their trolleys. Parents were scooping up their children and fleeing to their cars. Some people just stayed where they were, staring, confused, and disbelieving. Sally quickly wiped the blood from her mouth and face with her coat sleeve before dropping to her knees to shield Abby from the horror of the scene before them. A thick, dark river of blood slowly flowed out onto the icy ground from the blonde woman's head. The dark-haired woman was lying awkwardly, her legs tucked under her body and her arms outstretched, blood oozing from a bullet hole in her neck. Sally closed her eyes. Oh my God, they're dead. They're both dead. I think so far out of the ones I've read, that's the best one yet, right? I would say. I would say so. I would probably when I get done with these, I should read that one next. Unless this one, now this is Jar of Hearts by Jennifer Hillier. I've been having a really good time with Jennifer Hillier books. So I just picked up another one from the library for my May reads. That's Creep. And I think I'm going to get through. I think before summer ends, I should actually get through all of Jennifer Hillier's books because I just keep putting them on hold on the library if I can get them. So, and I'm really liking her writing. So she's a really good thriller writer. I haven't had a bad one yet, let's just say. So this is Jar of Hearts, and I think there's another one that came out that has, yeah, so there's Creep, Freak, The Butcher, and Wonderland. I've read The Butcher, I've read The Wonderland, and I just picked up Creep, and so after that I will get Freak. I like the names too. So let's see here. This is from 2018, published in 2018. Okay, this says part one, Denial. Oh, and this is the last book I have that I'm gonna do. Um, so we might do a part two with the other books that I've actually read, but this will be part one, or we'll just start with the May. So we'll find out. We'll do another one, and we'll do another sneak peek, but I'm not sure which books I'll do. So don't even know what I was running for. I guess I just felt like it. J.D. Salinger, The Catcher in the Rye. Okay, that's that. That's where we're at. Denial. And it just goes, there's no prologue, just a chapter. Usually her chapters I don't think are that big. I don't, it's got 5 pages maybe. Let's see. Let's see what this is. The trial has barely made a dent in the national news, which is good because it means less publicity, fewer reporters, but it's also bad because just how depraved do crimes have to be nowadays to garner national headlines? Pretty fucking bad, it seems. There's only a brief mention of Calvin James, aka the Sweet Baby Strangler, in the New York Times and on CNN, and his crimes aren't quite sensational enough to be featured in People magazine or be talked about on The View. But for Pacific Northwest Westers, people in Washington State, Idaho, and Oregon, the trial of the Sweet Bay Strangler is a big deal. The disappearance of Angela Wong 14 years ago caused a noticeable ripple throughout the Seattle area, as Angela's father is a big wig at Microsoft and a friend of Bill Gates. There were such par- there were search parties, interviews, and monetary reward that increased with each passing day as she didn't come home. The discovery of the 16-year-old's remains all these years later, only half a mile away from her house, sent shockwaves through the community. The locals remember hashtag Justice for Angela was trending on Twitter this morning. It was the ninth or 10th post popular hashtag for only about 3 hours, but still. Angela's parents are present in court. They divorced a year after their daughter was reported missing. Her disappearance, the last thread in a marriage that had been unraveling for decades. They sit side by side now, a few rows back from the prosecutor's table, their current spouses united in their grief and desire to seek justice served. Georgia Shaw can't bring herself to make eye contact with them. Seeing her fears etched with equal parts heartache and fury is the worst part of the whole thing. She could have spared them 14 years of sleepless nights. She could have told them what happened the night it actually happened. Geo, that's George's name, could have done a lot of things. Angela's mother was a shallow, materialistic woman 14 years ago, but more concerned with her country club status than checking up on her teen daughter. Her father wasn't much better, a workaholic who preferred to play golf and poker on the weekends rather than spend time with his family until Angela went missing. Then they banded together only to fall apart. They reacted to her disappearance the way any normal loving parents would. They became vulnerable, emotional. Gio almost didn't recognize Candace Wong, now Candace Platten. She gained 20 pounds on a frame that used to be impossibly thin, but the extra weight makes her look healthier. Victor Wong looks more or less the same, with slightly larger paunch and a lot less hair. Geo, Geo spent a good chunk of her childhood at Angela's house, eating takeout pizza in their kitchen, sleeping over countless times when her father worked nights in the ER at the hospital. She embraced the Wongs during the days when their only child didn't come home, offering them reassurance that their daughter would be found, giving them answers that made them feel better, but were far from truthful. The Wongs were invited to the St. Martin's High School graduation, where they received the special award on behalf of Angela, who had been captain of the cheerleading squad, a star volleyball player, and an honor student. And every year after high school, whenever she was and every year after high school, wherever she was in the world, Candace Wong Platten mailed Geo a Christmas card, a dozen cards, all signed the same way. Love, Angie's mom. That's all I'm gonna read there. Anyway, so Angela's gone missing and is turned up dead. So this is about. Oh, this one is the one that had 14 years later, Angela Wong's remains are discovered in the woods near Geo's childhood home. And Kaiser, now a detective with the Seattle PD, finally learns the truth. Angela was a victim of Calvin James, the same Calvin James who murdered at least three other women. hmm So that's that. So that is the sneak peeks. So that was one, two, three, four, five books. And those are currently on my April TBR. So we'll see if we get to them. But like I said, I think the best one I read, the best the best sneak peek I read was Long Time Dead. I mean, the other ones sound really interesting overall, but as far as what I read, The Long Time Dead, that may be next up as soon as I finish the two audios and the horror tastes like candy. So anyway, thanks for coming by. Hope you enjoyed it. Um, might do it again. Probably do it again. But we'll see you here next time with probably a small book haul and probably my TBR for May too. All right. Hang in there. We'll see you next week.